We should talk about this. Pretty big news. Just dropped yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
The video of Perry.
So before we even talk about that, all the stuff that's been happening with Mike Perry, new girlfriend, divorced his wife, getting in fights, knocking people out in the bars. Like, this isn't the first one. Like, this is like the third, I think.
Yeah, and this
like, what's going on with this guy? I was giving him a lot of shit before that fight. Then he looked great against Mickey Gall, was saying some smart things, talked about how he needed to pay his taxes. I was like, oh, maybe this guy isn't having a mental breakdown right in front of us. But I think he is.
Yeah, we had talked about this off air. I want to clarify it, and you brought it up, so I'm not trying to take anything, but you made a really good point. There should be criticism for this. You shouldn't go into a bar and knock out an old dude. Come on. I just don't think it's necessary.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's not. It's super not necessary, But Mike Perry's under a lot of fire right now.
Yeah.
A lot of fire. Yeah. And deservedly so. I just wish we would have treated the Conor McGregor situation
just as bad.
Yeah. Because he just cold clocked that dude in Ireland.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it's Conor McGregor.
And Joe Rogan's like, that was a slap. He just gave him a little nudge. He just nudged him. And then fucking a week later on his own podcast, I'd go, I had to clarify that. That was a little bit more than just a nudge. It was a straight up punch. He jabbed him. Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
Well, to be fair, Rogan's a comedian, so he's probably trying to be funny.
Exactly. Yeah, no one was mad. I don't even know why he had to say that. But yeah, I agree with you 100%, dude. But
yeah, it's just wild.
It's wild. But back to the mental health of, is this man what the fuck's going on with him? Does he need to go see a psychiatrist? Does he need to not take fights, or what do we do?
Maybe it's I don't know. I have no idea. This is all speculation.
This is only something he's going to have to figure out himself.
Yeah.
Obviously, the man, I've seen, Rocco Martin and others were saying, guys, we don't pile on right now. Obviously, this man is fighting some demons that he needs to get over. And, everyone was saying, hopefully he could win this battle and hopefully he could turn out right.
Well, and I think you're right, too. I don't want to shit on Perry either. Again, we are MMA fans. We love this sport. And we had just talked about it last week before this incident happened. We love watching Mike Perry. Anytime we see Mike Perry on a card, we tune in because he is an entertaining, dynamic fighter that is just always so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
So when we talk about these things, we have to acknowledge that it's wrong, but we also talk about it because we want Mike Perry to get the help.
Yes, he needs it.
We want him to get the help because we want him to get healthy, and we want him to be able to have a long career in the UFC.
I mean, he's a wild man.
He is.
We all know that. And that's fine. You can be a wild man, but you can't just have violent outbursts in public. Yeah, eventually you're just going to end up behind bars, dude. And I don't think he cares. He's one of those guys oh, dude, you're going to go to jail, and he's just going to scream right back in your face fuck you, motherfucker. I don't care if I go to jail. You think jail is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life? Probably not. I don't know Mike Perry.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's been through some harsh things that have made him the way he is.
Well, I could imagine.
Yes, and I guess what I'm trying to say is I just hope he gets the help because I am such a big fan, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And he needs it. I feel like this is almost an outcry for help. And we'll see, the UFC apparently has said that...
they made a giant statement on it.
Yeah, they made a big statement on it, which is funny because they didn't say shit when Conor...
They didn't say shit about Conor.
Didn't say shit when Conor punched that old guy. And I will say this is probably a little worse because at least Conor, didn't knock the guy out cold. So MMA maths, Mike Perry fucks up Conor McGregor because he did knock that guy out cold. So MMA maths works that way. Mike Perry'd win. But you just can't be doing that shit.
No, you can't.
Easy as that.
You can't.
You just can't be doing that shit.
Here's the thing, too. You are a professional fighter. You are one of the toughest. You're the biggest badass, dude.
Yeah.
In any bar that you walk into,
yes,
you're
gonna
the biggest
fuck everyone
badass.
Up in there.
Always,
everyone,
always, man. And it's like you have to know that.
Yeah.
And then to really let your emotions get the best of you when there's an old fat old man.
Yeah. And in Perry's defense, that old man came at him with his hands up.
Yes, he did.
So you're fucking asking for it when you're walking up on a UFC fighter with your hands up. It doesn't matter how close you are or if you think you're not close enough. Personal space. Yes, Perry threw first. In the court of law, that's assault. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Dude, you walk up to someone like Mike Perry with their fucking hands up. Doesn't matter what you're saying. Hey, Mike, I love you. I'm your biggest fucking fan. You're going to get knocked the fuck out.
And the guy shouldn't have done that either. And I don't want to put all the blame on Perry either. Because, you are right. That guy did come up to him. Mm-hmm. And in those are split situations.
Yes.
You know, you never know if a guy's got a fucking knife on him, a gun on him, and again, not justifying what Mike Perry did, but those are those split instances where you don't know what to do either. It's just it is a tricky situation, but nonetheless, like Perry should know better.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't end up in jail over this, because this would be really stupid, and it would just hurt his career so much. Yeah. Apparently, he has checked into some sort of rehab facility for alcohol dependency.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, I mean, good for him, but if it doesn't come with some fucking anger management classes or something like that, like, it's going to be a huge waste of time, in my opinion. That's probably the real problem. Is maybe the man needs to control himself a little bit better, or learn how to maybe decompress from some of these situations. Because the way he was screaming at that lady, like, I thought that was his girlfriend, and that's what.
No, it wasn't.
No, luckily it wasn't. It might have been worse if it was his girlfriend. His girlfriend got the fuck out of there really quick.
Of course, she saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah, on camera. She was barely in the video for 2 seconds. She got the fuck out. She knew what was happening. So obviously not the first time it's happened in front of her. So she knew to get out. She knew to get out. But he was screaming at that girl. I didn't know. I didn't think he was ever going to hit her or nothing. But it was like, oh, okay, Mike. Yeah. Like, let's calm down, my guy. Like, let's not get fucking tased or shot or something when the cops show up. Who knows if they even did? That's where the video ends. And it just sucks, because everyone can say so much about the situation, but it's like, dude, you weren't there. You don't know what the fuck happened. And it seemed like it was over some social distancing stuff. Like, dude, you touched me. That's what Mike was saying. You just touched me. Is that what set it off? Like, dude, you just touched me with your fucking Rona fingers? Like, what the fuck? Is that what it was? And if that's the truth, man, that's not good.
No.
That's not good. Social distancing is like, it's important. It's important. But we don't need to be getting in fistfights over it, guys. Like, we don't need to be Karens out here. Let's be real. It's too much. It's just stupid. It should have never happened.